The teams have been announced and the date is set. MCC 25 is just around the corner, and that can only mean one thing. It's prediction time. So, who will win, who will lose, and who will shock the world? These are my predictions for MCC 25. But before we begin, these predictions were incredibly difficult to make. So if you disagree with me, why not let me know in the comments section below what your predictions are, and I'll pick out the best ones in a future video. Also, whilst you're down there, remember to subscribe. It would mean the world to me as I try and make my way to 3,000 subscribers. And that includes you too, Antfrost. I know you're watching. But anyway, let's jump into it, starting with 10th place. The Pink Parrots. Obviously, like many others, I'm incredibly excited to see Socket Duo in their first canon event. But this team I sadly think will struggle in this tournament, which is always a scary thing to say, because if they were to do well, then Wilbur will call me out and I'll be utterly embarrassed and will never be able to show my face on the internet again. Anyway, Filza, Scott, Green will bring calm heads whilst Wilbur brings the chaos, which might play onto their side, making them unpredictable and a great team to watch. But unfortunately, without a real powerhouse in this team, I can see them struggling in many of the PvP games, and with Buildmart likely out, we won't be able to see Wilbur and Green bring together their incredible strategies into this event. But even so, there's a fair few games that they could definitely challenge on, even if Green can't kill Dream in survival games this time around. 9th place. The Orange OCElots. I desperately tried to find a way at all to put this team above 9th. I mean, it's such a brilliant, incredible team that I'm so excited to see, with Hannah coming into her second event ready to just get better and better, because I honestly think she has the potential to go to the very top. Along with her, Fiveup will be looking to bring his incredible and strange strategies as well as fun ideas to the table to lead this team to victory. And interestingly, it's a very similar situation to MCC 21, with him joining Purpled, who very similarly to Hannah came 15th in his first event. However, the final players in this team bring both chaos and hilarity, with Amesy and Velvet coming in, which is bound to make this team one to watch, with this being Velvet's first canon event, and I truly think they could both do brilliantly, making this team a dark horse in this event, even from 9th place. And as with every team, I hope they can reach Dodgeball and prove me wrong. 8th place. The Like and Subscribe Llamas, because you should definitely like and subscribe if you haven't already, as we look at the Llamas, who of course are led by the incredible Pizza Hut, who returns joined by a team of pensioners and Timmy in this tournament. Of course, Pete is brilliant, but with a difficult time last event for Ant Venom and Sparkles, it's going to be difficult for them to turn the tide and get in the right headspace to put them in a competitive placement this tournament. However, Jimmy and Pete could be able to help this team as well, because when they do well, so do their team. So that's definitely going to be an interesting dynamic to watch out for. I'm definitely not saying this team won't do well, but it definitely depends on how well Ant Venom can shake off those first event difficulties and show what he's made of, because I truly think he's got something that many others might miss. 7th place. The Blue Bats. Look, I too really want False to win once again in September, to keep up the curse. And trust me, with Illumina, the MCC god, on her team, they certainly have a chance, as the wonderful Pearlescent Moon and Elena complete this terrific team that will definitely pack a punch in this tournament. Unfortunately, I think this side is very similar to the Lime Llamas, in just not having enough to break into that top 5 and go beyond. So much so that I swapped their placements about 5 times before finally deciding. Despite this, however, I really do think this team has an interesting and brilliant dynamic that could see them shock a few other teams in this event, and maybe even flip the script on me come game day. 6th place, the Aqua Axolotls. Purpled and Rambo joined together once again in this event to try and achieve Rambo's first ever victory, even if it's without Wilbur and Puffy this time around. They are instead joined by the hilarious Jack Manifold as well as the incredible Snifferish, bringing two of the misfits together in this event. And you know what? These two could really shock a few people and help take Rambo to victory, especially since Jack doesn't have to deal with Tommy's questionable topics of choice this time around. Despite all this, I do think this team is very similar to the Red Rabbits from the last event, and besides Purple's brilliant second place finish, slightly thanks to his victory in Ace Race, the team unfortunately couldn't reach the top, and I could see this happening once again in this tournament. Sadly, as Rambo and Sniff lose out to another Misfits member in 5th place, the Cyan Coyotes. That's right, Tubbo and HBomb are once again joined together in yet another team that's similar to the last event. Funny how we keep seeing terrific duos once again after my last video. They're joined by the lovely Kara as well as the terrific Cryptic Zeus, who could definitely shock a few people, as this team might be very underrated on paper, being one of the weakest teams statistically. But despite this, all 4 players had brilliant last events, with HBomb and Tubbo getting into Dodgeball in MCC 24, and Cryptic and Kara's teams coming 2nd and 3rd in MCC 23. So while stats are something, I really do think this team has something about them to prove everyone wrong, and potentially take it to the high heights in this event. Right now they're 5th, but I truly think they can get much higher. 4th place, the Purple Pandas. Okay, this might be a controversial one because a lot of people love this team, and I can definitely understand why. Fruitberries once again joins another random group of players in this event, showing just how great he is when he can bounce from team to team in MCC. We start with Awesome Dude, who definitely has a lot of potential that he's yet to be able to unleash on the event, and I'd certainly be interested in seeing what he can do. Eric also returns with her calming presence and motivational skills, and Wisp will certainly be able to battle with the best when it comes to PvP. So why only 4th? Well, I don't know. I just really do believe in the other teams being just a smidge more able to compete. But this team could definitely prove me wrong, because I mean, they're insane. 3rd place, the Red Rabbits. Sapnap and Foolish joined together once again to form what might be the scariest dodgeball duo ever, with Sapnap's pure skill and Foolish's complete domination with a bow being truly terrifying for any team. They are joined by Ponk, who let me tell you has been hella practicing on the MCC Island server, even winning Battle Box with yours truly. And of course, finally Goomy, who will definitely be able to get these boys into shape and push them towards victory. So, as I said, they could definitely be ones to watch out for, especially if they're to get into Dodgeball, because I'd expect them to dominate. But gladly for their opposition, I have them just missing out. 2nd place, the Green Geckos. Look, there seems to be some sort of curse with the OP teams in MCC recently, and I don't know if it's maybe down to me predicting them to come first every single time. So for this event, I thought I'd change it up a bit, as JoJo goes for her first win with this absolutely stacked team of wonderful players, from Mr. All Things MCC himself, CPK, to the Beans, and even Scar, which will mean this team definitely have a good time, having all the games being covered with so much skill throughout. So, will they break the curse, or will they lose out to 1st place, the Yellow Yaks. Punz and Antfrost join together in what has to be the most insane duo in this event, with them both being absolutely incredible and some of the best players out there at the moment. Blushy also joins this team with heaps of potential to absolutely pop off and win her first canon event, and I definitely think she's the secret to this team going to the top. With Shovel bringing them all together, and you know what, people have been discounting her, which is ludicrous because she is absolutely wonderful, literally getting into dodgeball only 2 games ago. So it's weird for me why so many people aren't more scared of what this team can do. Because I, for one, believe they're going to reach the very, very top. And if you're still watching Antfrost, make sure to prove me right. But we've now reached the end of my predictions. So all that's left to do is to thank you for watching. Make sure to like, comment and subscribe. And as always, peace.